The experience of being hurt and abandoned by a loved one leaves a profound scar, one etched not only in the present, but also casting a long shadow into the future. An internal conflict often surfaces in the aftermath, a yearning for the very person who inflicted the pain, to miss us, to think about us, and to return. This desire, seemingly contradictory to the conscious understanding that we are better off without them, warrants a deeper exploration. This is not about a lack of self-worth, but a complex interplay of psychological needs, attachment mechanisms, and the lingering hope of restoring a disrupted narrative. Deep down, we all desire to be validated. The act of leaving, especially after a period of intimacy and connection, implicitly questions our value and worth. We are left wondering if we were not good enough, attractive enough, or fulfilling enough to warrant a continued presence in their lives. This questioning can lead to a crisis of self-esteem, prompting a frantic search for external validation. However, if the one who hurt us, misses us, desires to return, and regrets their decision, this serves as powerful evidence against the negative self-perceptions that have taken root. Their return effectively restores a sense of self-worth, confirming that we were, in fact, valuable and deserving of love. Attachment theory also plays a strong role in the desire for their return. We are wired to form strong emotional bonds, and when these bonds are severed, the resulting emotional distress can be intense. Even if the relationship was ultimately unhealthy or harmful, the attachment remained, and its abrupt ending triggers a cascade of emotional responses designed to reestablish that connection. The hope that they'll miss us and want to come back represents the persistence of this attachment bond, a primal urge to restore the secure base that has been lost. This is particularly true for individuals with anxious attachment styles who are prone to clinging to relationships even when they are harmful. Beyond validation and attachment, the yearning for the return of the one who left us can also be fueled by the desire to gain control and rewrite the narrative. Being left feels inherently disempowering. We are forced to confront the reality that we were not in control of the relationship's direction, and that our presence was ultimately superseded by their decision. The prospect of them missing us and wanting to reconcile allows us to reclaim some of that lost power. It allows us to envision a scenario where we are now in control. We can choose to accept them back or reject them, thereby altering the ending of the story. This narrative manipulation serves as a coping mechanism, allowing us to feel less like a victim of circumstance and more like an active participant in our own lives. Subconsciously, we can also have a deep-seated fear of the unknown. Even if we rationally understand that we are better off without them, the prospect of starting over and having to navigate the world alone can be daunting. The familiar landscape of the previous relationship, however flawed, offers a degree of comfort and predictability. The devil we know, even a hurtful one, can sometimes feel less frightening than the unknown abyss of solitude. Pain and being left behind are sadly things we will undoubtedly experience repeatedly in our lifetime. But please, try to remember that regardless of which scenario best fits your story, that you are the writer of your own story here. You hold the pen and you dictate how things are sketched out in your life, no one else. Regardless of how much you love them, how much you miss them, and how much they meant to you, please try to remember that if they had felt the way you had, if they had loved you like you loved them, you wouldn't be here wishing for them to return. The glimmer of hope and the comfort you feel when you hear they'll come back, they always do, wouldn't be there. You'd see that this person couldn't love you like you needed, and that their departure is not a punishment, but rather a gift. Take the steps towards dismantling that hold the past has on you, and allow yourself to build a future where your worth is defined by your own internal compass, not the fleeting validation of someone who chose to walk away.